I just want you to know that I am the acting chair tonight. Our chairman, Reverend Canty, is not able to be with us tonight, so I, as the vice chair, will be acting as the chairperson. We're going to have a moment of silence, and then we will say the Pledge of Allegiance, and then continue. So we'll have a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, and we're so glad to have everybody. Public education is, to me, one of the most important things a society can believe in and support. Before we begin, I'd like to share with you a quotation regarding education for tonight, and it's a quotation from Margaret Mead, and as I'm sure you know, a very famous anthropologist. And she says, children must be taught how to think, not what to think. And we do not encourage indoctrination in our public schools. We want children to think. Having said that, let's move on to what we must do to accomplish the beginning of this meeting. The meditative, this part of this is script that I need to read. This meeting is held in accordance with the Freedom of Information Act. The news media has been notified and a copy of the agenda has been made available to the public. This meeting is open to the public and the public is welcome to attend in person. All persons wishing to attend the meeting by virtual means may do so via YouTube, Sumter School District, board meetings, and Sumter School District's Facebook page. Vision: Sumter School District is committed to educating, empowering, and enriching the lives of all students to reach their full potential. Our mission: Sumter School District is committed to providing a safe, nurturing, and a high-quality educational environment that supports diversity and equips students for local and global success. And before we begin, we'd like very quickly to introduce our Sumter School Board. I'd like each of you your name, which area you represent, and which committee you serve, and any other committees. So I'll start. My name is Bonnie Disney. I am in the Curriculum Assessment Committee. And tonight I'm serving as the chair, as the vice chair. Our chair, Reverend Canty, is unable to attend tonight. We'll start, Mr. Palumbo.
Good evening. My name is Dan Palumbo, representing Area 1. I am the chairman of the Finance Committee, also liaison to County Council, and co-chair with Dr. Reagan for the master plan.
Good evening. My name is Brittany English, and I'm representing Area 2, and I'm actually on the policy committee. Thank you.
Good evening, Sean Reagan, Area 5. I currently serve as the board clerk and chair of the Facilities Committee and Master Plan Committee.
Good evening, Tara Hauser Johnson. I am in Area 4. I am currently on the Curriculum and Facilities Committee.
Hello, my name is Jeff Zell. I represent Area 8. I am the chairman of the Ad Hoc Committee on Transportation and a member of the Curriculum and Assessment Committee as well as Finance. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Deborah McQueen. I'm the School Liaison Program Manager at Shaw Air Force Base.
And we are missing a couple of people. One is Ms. White, who normally sits right there, and Mr. Mac McLeod, who normally is up here. And then we have two more people who will introduce themselves.
Hi, Shelley Galloway, Executive Director of Communications. I'm filling in for Ms. Scott. William Wright, Superintendent, Sumter School District.
And having said all that, I now call this meeting to order. I'm going to take a point of privilege and ask that we flip-flop just a tiny bit of our meeting. We have some extraordinary young women and an extraordinary principal waiting for us. And I would like to first, we have something we want to do with them, and then we will have the public participation. So, Dr. Wright, would you take over for just a minute? But I do want to say something in a minute.
At this time, we'd like to have the 5A Girls State Championship Basketball Sumter High School team come in the boardroom at this time. Let's give them a round of applause.
Is this the appropriate time for me to brag just a minute? All right. Whoa, I'm going to have to come around here to brag. All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, what you see are young athletes and wonderful coaches, but let me share one other thing. You are looking at scholars. Many of these young women have a 3.5 or better average, and to some a 4.0. And not only that, but one of our coaches was at Sumter High, started when I was there, and we are so proud of all of you coaches. Listen, I coached basketball long ago. Nothing happens without superior, dedicated coaches who give up part of their life to do this. And we thank you so much. And then, without a superb principal, you know it's not going to happen. So, Dr. Wright, you have something else?
Yes, absolutely. Sure I do. You all know that I'm very proud of you. I'm going to do it again because I think it's worth mentioning. This team was 25-0. 25-0. Coach, I'm going down this list. I'm going to do it. Here are the teams we beat this year. Marion, Westwood, OCA, Lakewood, Hartsville, Crestwood, Lakewood, Lugoff Elgin, Crestwood, Chantilly, Blue Ridge, Bishop Kenny, Lugoff Elgin, Socastee, did I get that? Okay, all right, Socastee, CFHS, St. James, Conway, Socastee again, by more than the first time, CFHS, St. James, Conway, Berkeley, Ashley Ridge, Somerville, and then the championship game was against Rock Hill High School. 25-0, first time in 40 years. Congratulations.
Now, I'm going to be totally rude. I want one picture with me with you, and my friend's going to get a picture with us. I'm so proud of you guys. I know you guys.
Okay. Come on, Dr. Wright. You got it? Okay, that's 3. 1, 2, 3.
Well, what are you going to do next year? Okay.
One, two. Thank you, thank you.
At this time, do we have a motion to accept the agenda?
Madam Chair, there is a request for an additional item, if I may. So item 5.2 is already listed on the agenda, which is an RFP for audit services.
Okay,
That needs to be accompanied with an action item
okay.
that we'll list at 8.5, RFP for audit services. We need a vote for that item so that we can proceed with that audit.
Madam Chair Lady, I would like to make a motion to amend the agenda to add under action required RFP for audit services and selection of Maldine and Jenkins.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Show of hands, please. All in favor? Now do we need to approve the agenda?
Yes.
All right. Do we have anybody now who will approve the agenda as amended?
Madam Chair, Tara Johnson, I move that we approve the agenda as amended.
Madam Chair, I second that.
All in favor? All right. Having done that, shall we move to the public participation?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I believe we have four. One is anonymous, but we'll start with the public ones. Ms. Tama Williams.
Good evening.
I'm Jamie Williams.
Ma'am,
And-
I'm
yes.
sorry, can we speak into the microphone?
Sure I can.
Just so that folks.
I understand.
Oh, yeah,
Sit or
that's right.
stand, what I do.
Yes. Well, this way you're on YouTube and you're on Facebook.
I apologize, okay. I'm Jamie Williams, and I am a retired public servant, a retired public servant of this school district, and I'm the proud grandparent of a child, a special needs child at Wilder Elementary School. This is my first public request for surveillance in the classroom of special education learning environment of this district. In 2015, Texas was the first state to implement the use of cameras in the special ed classroom. Georgia and West Virginia followed in 2016 and 2019 respectively. Would this district be willing to proactively take a step in this direction to have surveillance in our class, in our special ed classroom, or will it have to be mandated from the good Lord above? I served in this district for 29 years and 3 months, and some of those years were in a special ed environment. And I wouldn't have mind having cameras installed in the classroom doing my service. So, and that's what I want to say to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm just saying, we're not allowed to respond to it. Oh, okay, but thank you for presenting.
Thank you for allowing me to.
All right. Mr. Schultz.
To a superintendent, not too long ago, you came to a meeting and wore a red tie. I appreciate that. So I'm here in blue tonight. Also, in congratulations to the Sumter High School girls basketball team. Here we go. Number one, we need to quit posting that agenda on Friday afternoon. How about try and get that thing out Wednesday? Maybe Thursday. Board chair meets with you. Y'all figure that out. It's been that way for a long time. It's creating a problem in the public. Moving forward, a little history about our district. Most of you are going to know this, so I'm going to go real quick. We had a merger several years back. Turned out we had a whole lot of money trouble. We went through several superintendents. some of them interim, some of them permanent, whatever. We were virtually broke. We had a history of documented financial mismanagement to the tune of $6.2 million. We're still trying to overcome that. We were placed on probation for not executing a plan of reopening a school that we'd already closed, all of that. That's pretty documented. And now we have the lowest percentage of usage of our facilities in what I believe the state. So now let's move a little forward. A long time ago, we started asking about our grading system. We asked directly to the district. It took us quite some time to get that information, and now we have it. So here we go. We're supposed to be getting an explanation about this grading system. For the third meeting in a row, it's been put off. Our grading criteria has either been removed, that deal has either been removed or postponed from the agenda now on 3 occasions. Is the grading guru of the district the only person in the district who can qualify, explain this to us? We're going to get some more information here in a little while, real quick. It looks real bad. If we were producing cakes, we'd be out of business. Because right now, 6 or 7 of the cakes we're making, we can't sell, we can't do nothing with, we got to throw out. Is that what's happening to our children? It looks real bad. As a matter of fact, here comes some real shade. It smells and looks like the Sumter High School bathroom video. Public education could be flushed right down the toilet. I've warned you folks about the corridor of shame, and we're in it. This master plan needs to happen sooner than later. Put your political affiliations aside and educate our children and do it and right-size this district and do it now. Thank you. I would stay, but I'm going to a men's supper and I'm going to pray. Thank you.
Thank you. Number 3, Mr. Riley?
I got mine. All right, I brought some papers so that you could follow along with what I'm talking about. I'll make this brief since I'm on the clock. Testing and curriculum standards, I'm going to hit on that a little bit. I'm actually going to hit on a lot because the numbers just don't add up. So in school and SC ready testing are derived from the same standards set by South Carolina Department of Education and South Carolina law. That is the South Carolina College and Career Ready Standards. If we're teaching to those standards, then the ready testing and the in-school testing, in-school grades should align. I'm not saying they're going to be exact, but they're going to align. They're going to kind of be in the same area. There's going to be some variation, but not a lot of variation I wouldn't expect. So the data from the report or from the spreadsheet that was given out that Dr. Canty requested shows there's something severely broken in our public schools. I'm going to have to go through these slides quick. You guys can look at them later. But the first one shows that R.E. Davis, and I'm only picking on R.E. Davis because it's the one we pay the most for. That school is funded higher than any other school, and it's one of the ones that was in the report. All of them look the same. So in the K through 6 category, a total of 2 Fs were given out in grades by teachers. The ready test, 161 Fs. Does not meet as an F. So next slide, if you go to the next slide, I'll go through one grade, R.E. Davis 3rd grade, which is something I think is very, very important to have the 3rd grade students meet this standards for third grade before they move on. I think it's a critical piece. Everybody else in education I've read about, I'm not an educator, but everyone has said third grade is the linchpin to move forward, learn to learn. So if you look at the third grade, in the solid line there is the school grades. We have 21 A's or B's, and we have 5 F's. Go to the ready testing, we have 0 A's or B's, and 29 F's. That's an ELA. That's reading and writing. In math, we have the same type of disparity. We have 24 A's given by the school. We have 1 person that could pass the ready test. We have 20 people that and the ready scores that got an F. We have 2 that got an F in the classrooms. Last one for third grade. Math scores 6 through 8. That's just the aggregate of all the math scores in 6 through 8. You had 27 people get an A or a B out of the schools. 0 again on the ready testing. F's 69. 69 F's from the ready testing and 2 from the schools. So that concludes that piece. Lastly, if you guys are going to pass policies, board, please review it and get rid of all the markups. I mean, the policies that you guys are going to approve today still have the markups in them. Fill in the blank here, do this here. So the school board sends you a policy, at least read it and clean it up before you present it. I think that would be a professional thing to do. So I read them all, and they're just straight shine. That's nice. I'm just telling you that we read them.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, we have an anonymous comment, and I've been asked to read it. Now remember, they're not my words, I'm just reading it. First, thank you for allowing the opportunity for our voice to be heard, and I pray that the voice is carried off through action and not based off of public complaint. What I am presenting should not be considered a nagging complaint, but a reason to listen for the future of not only my kids, but for the students of Sumter School District. I love the pride in Sumter and the athletics, and I'm a supporter of Sumter School District. However, academics is suffering. I have voiced concerns about the school report card and leaving out our average at-risk children only to show the good of other academic programs that are being improperly run. Policy need to be priority. I had the chance to speak with a state representative, and many policies are not being followed in Sumter School District. I have many stories and data to prove that your school report card is suffering because of the lack of effort to run programs. 0 opportunities for our average kids to participate in, and the moral attitudes of many of your employees suck. Not every educator understands the tribe between the parent-teacher collaboration and will take offense. Everything is not confrontational nor an attack against the system. The community wants better opportunities for these kids. A few things that I have addressed are the honors level requirements. I believe that requirement is a great academic standard. However, what opportunities are your 3.0 to 3.6 GPA kids are getting? Not every student can take dual enrollment or AP classes. Your Hope in Life scholarships required GPAs are lower than your high school honors level GPA requirements. This makes no sense to me. Your many cohort programs are missing over half of your student population. Invest in areas that are needed to include facilities and the other projects for the safety of these kids. Have your monthly drills and have an actual plan for safety, not just metal detectors. School doors are open when they are not supposed to be open. Gather your staff to do surveys in a collaborative effort, and maybe you will see better reports. You have to meet students where they are at and stop consistently just trying to cover up things that are not following policy. How's the time? Okay. Please try looking into these other districts for guidance. I have stories, excuse me, for days to include test irregularities, and these students not given the opportunity to test in a quiet setting. As a parent, we can always report to College Board as well as the students. Also, your CATE programs, for the sake of making your report card better, are not providing the real CATE experiences for these students. I am not referencing all programs, but some. Your AVID program is not properly being run with a level of all honors level classes. When I attended the training, it was more for those at risk, C average students who want to attend college. I have so many concerns, there's no way it can all be typed today. Okay, there's just a little bit left. All right. All right, let us move to 4.1, announcements. Are there any announcements from the?
Yes, ma'am. Madam Chair, I had the opportunity to travel to Millwood Elementary School, where I was invited as one of the guest readers for Read Across America Week. And I want to say thank you to Principal Wright over at Millwood Elementary School and the fourth grade class that I had the privilege of reading to. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Madam Chair, I had the opportunity to go to Alice Drive Elementary School leading up to their activities around Read Across America. They invited at least 100 women in to read to the students, and it was a joy to be able to visit the school, visit the classroom that I did, read to the students, and even see some old friends. And as a second announcement, there were a few of us who attended the EVAC ribbon cutting ceremony this past week. And as a part of that ribbon cutting ceremony, there was a conversation with the audience that was in attendance. There was an opportunity for pictures after the event, and the Sumter School Board was able to take a photograph with not only county council, but also city council. So when EVAC, a company like EVAC, bringing 300 jobs to the community, we're looking at opportunity, we're looking at opportunity for our students, we're looking at opportunities for our district to really get a move on that technology school that we've been talking about, and we are looking at an opportunity for tax base and great paying jobs. They could not say that enough. A lot of great paying jobs coming to Sumter. So hats off to EVAC and welcome to Sumter County.
Madam Chair, lady.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay, just real quick, just to follow up on that, I was one in attendance, Mr. Palumbo as well. It was a very exciting time. There's clearly something happening in Sumter County that has been very concerted, and so what I'm thankful that this board in this district is doing is turning that barge around and getting this district lined up with the future economy. And so I'm here to say, the conversations I had, we were able to set up a meeting with the Sumter Economic Council, and that will be in the future. All the board members were invited to it, and we look to make real good trouble in that way. So I just want to say thank you so much.
Yes, I would like to give kudos to Rathron Creek Elementary School, Ms. Hunter. Ms. Hunter is doing an excellent job out there in team building, as well as she created this lunch buddy system where folks throughout the community, or as the sheriff, some of the board members have attended. I encourage the others to actually attend some of the lunch buddies at Rathron Creek and meeting the kids. I'm very grateful that Ms. Hunter is, being active with this youth and got individuals coming in, guiding them through this. I'm guiding them through being that significant, it's just a great opportunity for her to have those there. So I just want to give kudos to Ms. Hunter and tell her to keep up the good job.
Thank you.
Yes, I have a couple things. I want to thank the principal, Mr. Campbell, over at Oakland for inviting me for Reading Across America. We were out there quite a bit for three classes out there, and those kids are fun to be with. Also with EVOC, Miss Johnson even brought up the idea, like to pass on to the superintendent, especially for we kind of want to get with to put on the buses and for E-Steam is start dealing with magnets to actually show what we can do here in the Sumter School District. To get them ready for the potential of working with magnets in the future. So putting stuff like just putting little magnets on the buses out there, and teaching them what's the science behind it would be very helpful for the future, and start actually being a partner with EVOT, not just we're just out here. So.
Okay, and lastly, I guess, I was able to go to Ellis Drive for the National Reading Month, and I was able to read to a fourth grade class, and y'all, some of those teachers I taught. So it is a pleasure to see how everything comes around. And I also want to comment how tall fourth graders are. I did not think I was short until I went there. So, all right, let's move on to 4.2. Are there any committee announcements? I would just say mine and be done with it. The Curriculum Instruction Assessment Committee will meet March the 20th at 9 a.m., and we will be looking at what is being done to prepare special needs for the testing. Committee? Any committee meeting?
There is no report, Madam Chair, tonight. However, I think it's fitting that we go ahead and announce the next master plan committee meeting that we have scheduled, and that is for the 18th of April. And so I want to inform this board of that. And then those members that are a part of that committee will be notified, as well as the community members that sits on that committee as well.
For my sake, can you remind me who the members are on that committee?
At this time, I will not be able to, because I don't fully remember everybody on there. However, we do have a couple of board members that showed up to the first meeting. I believe Mr. Zell, of course, Palumbo, who co-chairs that committee, and I want to say Ms. Johnson is on that committee as well. The community members, we can get that information to you, but at this time, I don't have all of those names that are currently serving.
Okay, thank you.
And also, I would just take the liberty to, in the absence of Ms. White, I don't have a thorough report tonight on her behalf. However, as a policy committee, we did get the opportunity to meet here at the district office a couple of weeks ago, and policy IKE, IKF were both discussed at the last policy committee meeting, and tonight it is before us for first reading. And so at that point, I just wanted to mention that as well on behalf of Ms. White in her absence. Thank you.
All right, do we need to read that or just?
It's been shared with everyone in the boardroom. I mean, well, it's been shared with each of the board members. And so at this time, if you have any questions, I don't know, Dr. McLeod was here at the policy committee meeting, and she went over the information with us. Yeah.
Madam Chair, just real quick, Transportation Committee has a meeting set up on the 21st of March. I put out a request to the Director of Operations. I'm hearing that there's an audit of some sort or a report or something. I don't know exactly what it is or what it's going to tell us, but I requested it from the district. I haven't received it yet, but that will be made available to us. That I look forward to, if we can get it in time of the meeting, that we will speak on that. So the invite should be, I can get you times, but it will be on the 21st of March.
Okay. Any more committee reports? If not, we'll move to item 5.1, around the district.
Madam Chair and the members of the Board of Trustees, I have several items tonight. We'll try to make it as brief as possible. Want to take the opportunity once again to congratulate our Sumter High School Lady Gamecocks. Their incredible victory at the 5A State Basketball Championship. As I said already, it was 1983 the last time that happened. Of course, their hard work and dedication throughout the season have truly paid off, and this championship is a testament to that outstanding talent and teamwork. During Read Across America Week, I had the pleasure of engaging with students across the district through reading sessions. It was truly enjoyable to connect with our young readers and share the joy of literature firsthand. Thank you to members of the Board of Trustees, as you've heard tonight, also our executive leadership team and community members for sharing your love of reading with the students as well. It was a pleasure to go in and out of school and see people all across all walks of life participating in Read Across America. I saw military personnel, probably get in trouble for naming, but saw some police officers, I saw ministers, a little bit of everybody, and that's what we need in this district moving forward, for sure. The third annual Sumter Invitational STEAM Challenge welcomed 90 7th grade students from Sumter School District Middle Schools, Lee Central Middle School, and Thomas Sumter Academy. Concurrently, the 8th annual Manufacturers Expo hosted 270 8th grade students from these same schools. So we extend our gratitude to the Sumter Economic Development Council for enabling the Manufacturing Expo to benefit our students annually. And I know many of you in this room attended those events. In observance of Music in Our Schools Month, our music educators and students are celebrating music education in their school communities, demonstrating this year's theme, Music is All of Us. The impact of music education on the lives of students during this particular school year, unlike any other, is evident in how the social emotional benefits have carried them through the pandemic and brought joy to our communities. And so thank you goes out to all of our music educators. Congratulations also are in order to Leslie Cribb, who is a teacher at Kingsbury Elementary School, for being named the WLTX Teacher of the Week. And hats off to Lara Davis, Rhonda Speed, and our librarians for coordinating our second Reading Rumble held at Sumter High School. Librarians and students from Alice Drive Elementary, Cherryvale, High Hills Elementary, Kingsbury Elementary, Lamar Elementary, Manchester Elementary, Millwood Elementary, Pacala Springs Elementary, R.E. Davis CPA, and Willow Drive Elementary participated in the event. Congratulations to Millwood Elementary for placing first and to R.E. Davis CPA for placing second in this outstanding event. We are proud of all 49 of our students. Congratulations. Madam Chair, members of the Board of Trustees, that concludes my report for March 11th, 2024.
Thank you, Dr. White. Right. That takes us, I believe, to 5.2. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Our Office of Finance, our RFP, request for proposal for audit services and selection of Maudlin and Jenkins.
For you for number 5.2, which is the RFP for audit services. Approximately every 3 years, we are to bid out our audit services. As you know, Malden and Jenkins were our current auditors, and we've built a relationship with them, and so it went very well. So when we put the bid out, I believe it was mid-January, and I left it out for about a month, we received only one bid. And so I went to the SCASBO conference on last Wednesday, which is the group of all the CFOs for all school districts in South Carolina, and realized that this was not a phenomenon. In fact, they're having issues with securing audit services from local, in-state audit companies, and it is because of the South Carolina Department of Education requirements. So a lot of these districts are having to go out of state to secure audit services. So I was kind of relieved that it wasn't just us, but again, Malden and Jenkins were the only ones to bid.
and there was just a slight increase on their services, which is typical. So what I have is the proposal. Since it was only one bid, one offer, I would just read the amounts. We secure these services for 3 years. So for fiscal year 23-24, we're estimated for the financial audit, because we get a financial compliance audit and a procurement audit from them. The financial compliance audit is estimated at $40,000 for 23-24, and the procurement audit $8,500. For second year, which is fiscal year 24-25, the financial compliance audit is estimated at $42,500, and the procurement audit stayed the same at $8,500. And for the final year, 25-26, the financial compliance audit is estimated at $45,000, and the procurement audit, again, remains at $8,500. So we definitely were very glad that these were reasonable costs, and that we're asking for your approval to engage them again for our next 3 years.
Are there any comments, questions?
Madam Chair, just one. What do we do in case, because we put it out for bids and all that, and we only got one, is there anything that you could do to cover your behind to say, hey, only one, and we did what we did appropriately?
Yes, that's it, making sure that we had the bid on our website, we followed the same procedure we would if we had received only 2 or 3.
Okay.
So we are covered in that respect.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Madam Chair, just a quick question. This is more of a hypothetical, obviously. So if Malden and Jenkins is the only kind of show in town, sounds like they are. So if suppose that we approve this of the 3-year plan, and I don't know, the audit requires a lot more funding to do in year 2 or 3, just for example. Is there a process in which they can, and I'm not advocating for them, I'm just simply asking, is there a process where they'll come back through and say, we need to amend this? Does that ever happen?
Yes, it does, especially for the federal audit portion. What the programs that meet single audit status,
Okay.
those are what may cost additional dollars.
Okay.
So they do try to work with us and mitigate that. Thankfully, because my staff has maintained very good records, we haven't had to incur so many additional costs.
Okay.
Just the natural rise of their cost is what
Sure.
we've incurred.
Great.
So in that respect, they're really very, very
Okay.
good to work with.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Anybody? I know I may be stepping out of my role here, but have we been satisfied with their services?
I have, and my predecessor has said also that she has. In fact, she did call me when she got to her new location to make sure that I could give her their information. So they are very, very, very well known at the school districts. They were also at this convention, this conference that I went to. So they are very much still interested in doing school district audits, and they do give great service, and they work well with staff.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are we ready to move to 5.3?
Yes, ma'am, Madam Chair.
5.3 is the semi-annual minority business plan, to give you some numbers on what we've done as it relates to business with minority businesses. This is for the period of July 1st, 2023 to December 31st, 2023, for that 6-month period. For July 1st, 2023 to December 31st, 2023, 2 bids were received from certified minority businesses. And as you know, it's very difficult to do business with the certified minority businesses because you have to be certified. There is a list that exists that tells us of those certified businesses that we would get credit for doing those businesses, doing business with them. So we did award, and it was our ex-DOS vendor for our copier agreement that met the certified minority status. That award was $38,909 annually under a 48-month contract. And so that is the information for that. Also, as a total, From July 1st to December 31st, there was $103,597 total spent with the certified minority businesses. These businesses represent 98% Caucasian women-owned and 2% African American male. For our projected fiscal year 24 budgeted expenditures, we are estimating at $158,311 currently. And that is the information regarding our activity with minority businesses.
Are there any comments, questions? Well, I believe you're off the hook.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
As I see this, we're up to item 6. Would anybody like to make a motion?
Madam Chair, in typical fashion, I would like to make a motion to enter an executive session for discussion of individual student matters, transfers, in and out of district, and monthly personnel report, appointment, compensation, promotion, demotion, discipline, termination, and/or release of an employee, and discussion of property matters.
Is there a second?
Second.
That being made, shall we take, how do we take the, online, okay? I believe, yeah, okay. Okay, it's unanimous. So we are going into executive session.
Madam Chair, motion to release students A through E from Sumter School District for the upcoming 24-25 school year. Motion allows students A through F to attend schools in Sumter School District to upcoming 2024-2025 school year.
Madam Chair, I second
I-
that motion.
Okay. If you will make your selection now. Okay. I'm still under 8.1, a motion to approve a resolution.
Where is it up there?
Madam Chair, I move to approve resolution of Sumter School District Board of Trustees reaffirming commitment to construct a technical high school.
Madam,
Is there a second?
Madam Chair, I second.
Thank you. Okay. If you would then make your choice, your vote. Okay. Okay, let's move to 8.2. First reading of policies.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve the first reading of policy IKE, IKE-R, IKF, and IKF-R at this time.
Madam Chair Lady, I second Dr. Reagan's motion.
Okay, and if you would decide and make your vote count. Okay, then 8.3, the RFP.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve the RFP for audit services and selection of Malden and Jenkins.
I second.
Okay, thank you. And members, if you will vote, please. Did you get it? Okay. All right, then we have one more item. 8.4, the monthly personnel report. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I move to approve the personnel report from Monday, March 11th, 2024, as presented.
Is there a second?
I second.
Okay, then you need to take a moment to vote. Okay, if we'll move to item number 9, the consent agenda, and with no objection, the consent agenda is approved. That brings us to a possible closing. Is there a motion? Do we, oh, we're just gonna do the gavel? I believe we finished.